Welcome, everyone. This is Game 2 of a series between Timpapi and NOS at the GBLAN Tecmo Super Bowl online tournament. As the Cincinnati Bengals, Timpapi, and it's the Chicago Bears, NOS. If you haven't had the opportunity to watch the previous video set, we just uploaded it a little bit ago. And NOS did take that first game, so we'll see if Timpapi can do a little better here and try to take one from NOS. And NOS will be kicking off again, deferring to the second half. Icky Woods, the returner for Timpapi and the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati is one of the better return teams in the league because of the speed of David Fulcher on punt returns. That's how things are tied to, is your bottom safety. And is also a fast lineman, which controls the kickoff speed. Combine that with the hitting power, you're going to have a fast return game. So first two plays aren't too effective here for Timpapi. Called play and then minimal run. And the Bears defense nails them for a loss. Again, we have 4th and 10. This is a 3 and out. Not a good start for Timpapi. Bears don't have as good a return game, but they do have Muster, which has the hitting power. Strength of the Bears is definitely going to be the running game, the running attack. We have players like Anderson, Muster, and Johnny Bailey. On defense, they're obviously top-notch, probably top 2 defense in the game. Where they really struggle is in the passing attack. Both Harbaugh and Tomczak are very low-tier quarterbacks. I normally see most people put in Tomczak instead of Harbaugh. NOS decides to leave Harbaugh in. Maybe just be a comfort thing for him. Statistically, Harbaugh is a bottom 5 quarterback in this game. Does make the completion. Fulcher's there, but with the measurement, we have a first down. David Fulcher is one of the top defenders in this game. Gets caught up there, though. Overruns Johnny Bailey, gets knocked down. Bailey's in the clear at the 10, the 5, the touchdown. Johnny Bailey to the house. Johnny Bailey, really an underutilized resource in Tecmo Super Bowl. Rest in peace. One of the many players who have already passed on from the living world. Many people will leverage a running one, an RB1 and an RB2 playbook. A lot of times you'll even see Anderson go in as a wide receiver with his receptions to try to get some speed down the field in the receiving game. But in this matchup, with David Fulcher in the mix, you're going to see some pretty conservative pass play from the Bears. Single back set. Donnell Wilford, the selected defender, overruns the pursuit. And a good run for James Brooks. Goes for a first down. Carrier defender. Pass 3 is the call. Shotgun play. CIN keeps it himself. 7 yards on first down. The tricky thing about CIN is that his passing speed is quite fast, but not quite as fast as, say, a Dan Marino. So it's kind of in an awkward place where it's hard to get certain things like intentional JJs to function, but it's not quite fast enough to get the full benefit of, say, like a Billy Joe Tolliver. So the trouble with using that motion play is that when you have a very strong middle linebacker, they can do exactly what you just saw there. By the time you've got the ball, you can zoom right through there and dive tackle the opposing player. So that play, you'll be able to see it coming, is not something that he's going to be able to rely on. So we've now just eliminated one play from the playbook. Really now we have 7 potentially effective plays. I would also argue that the run up to Brooks at the top is not particularly strong on running 2. So now Wolford again trying to combat run 3. Is just not able to make contact there with Brooks. And another run 3 goes for first down. We're either looking at a pass 2 or a run 2. I'm sorry, pass 4 or run 2. And looks like it does a run 2. 4 yards, pretty minimal gain there. Pass 2 is the call. Late delivery up to McGee. Very lucky that was not intercepted. That pass should have come out much earlier, if at all. Carrier was there, but he lucks out. Great diving tackle by Wolford. This time the blockers are not in his way, and he gets the tackle. I think that's what he's been going for this whole time. That's a strength. If you have a fast corner and you're good with that dive, that's a way that you can defeat run 3. It's a risk, but sometimes it's all you can do. Run 3 called again, so definitely getting some damage done with Brooks. Moving the ball down the field is Timpapi. We have run 2 again. He's hoping for some traffic in the middle there. Again, limited to 4 yards on first down with that play. And he's going back here, and I think you're going to see a dive attempt. Yeah, this play is shut down. If he goes back to it, then he's just... That's going to happen every time, unless there's some lag or something. And it looks like Wolford gobbles him up there. Nas appears to have the tapping advantage at this point in the game. And looks like Timpapi's going to have to settle for an attempt at 3. Arrows up a little bit, and the field goal is blocked by Singletary. Fumble recovery was immediately gobbled up by the Bears. And so Nas dodges a bullet there. No points given up. Bailey with the carry up the middle on run 2. Pass 2, the call. Plenty of open receivers, but Fulcher covers a lot of ground. Harbaugh decides to call his own number and go conservative. This time, run 3 is a call again. And it looks like Timpapi's just having a little bit of difficulty with Fulcher properly engaging. I don't know if they're experiencing some latency. Normally, Tim Fulcher is not going to get juked by Johnny Bailey most cases. Anderson does have that faster running speed statistic than most running backs, but Johnny Bailey is a good serviceable back, but has that typical running speed start. So the run 2, Anderson is called fumble, zigzagging, and Buck brings it into the touchdown. Called play juices your defenders if you get a turnover. And when you get the extra hitting power, it's kind of like running a kickoff back with Ironhead Hayward. So quite the turn of events here at the end of the half. Definitely not the direction that Nas wanted to go. Timpapi needed the Tecmo gods to step up and give him a hand, and they have delivered. So let's see what Timpapi can do here. He's going to have to kick the ball back to Nas for the second half. And he's going to have to step up and play some defense and get something going on offense for himself. You can't rely on things like that in Tecmo to get you through. You take them when you can when they come through. Obviously, you hang them on the wall, but you got to go out there and hunt for it. You got to go ahead and make something happen on your own. Great time throw to Bailey there. You'll notice there's no tap meter there. Diving catch went into an immediate grapple, and that basically makes it you can't grapple that situation there. So on offense, it looks like Nas is going to make some changes here. Gentry's in it. Looks like he's checking the conditions here. Morris isn't bad. Muster is staying at tight end. Tomzak and Harbaugh are the same conditions. So if he actually puts Tomzak in here. Not sure if he's anticipating need to be able to go over the top, a little more control pass. Pass 1 is called. Diving catch by Bailey. Only goes for 7 yards, but a lot of times you see those throws fall incomplete. Bailey getting it done. Same play. Throws it to Anderson, who has drone defenders dive. Looks like Fulcher had the tap advantage there. With Anderson's running speed, no matter where he catches the ball in the field, he is a threat. And throw underneath the Bailey, and the drone must have been taking a nap on that play. Does absolutely nothing. Fulcher has to catch up and clean it up. We do have a called run 3 here. Offset I formation, Fulcher on defense. This is a pass 2, burn route to Davis. Perfectly executed. Fulcher does not get there in time. Davis gets it down to about the 20-yard line. The only negative thing there is Davis just doesn't have the speed to break away. Very, very risky throw, that slow delivery from Tomczak. Very well could have been picked off by Fulcher there. Pass 2, rather pass 4. First and goal. And the diving interception in between by David Fulcher. Very risky throw. The right decision there was probably to just try to run it in the end zone or get closer. However, the Tecmo gods return the favor. Bengals put the ball on the ground, and we're back right where we were a moment ago. First and 5. Pass 4 is called. This time, he's not chucking it anywhere near David Fulcher. Calls his own number. Calls Johnny Bailey's number. Bounces the dive play to the outside. Touchdown Bears. He takes the lead 13-7, soon to be 14-7. Well, the Tecmo gods are equal opportunity spoilers, and they've evened up the score here. Let's see if Timpapi can respond and get a solid drive and put 7 on the board. Run 3 again is doing some damage. At this point, Nas has been content to let him have that play. We'll see if that trend continues. And it looks like the taps are being split between these players. They're usually within 1 to 2 hits of the controller. This time Brooks sticks it up top. Wolford gets there, forces a 4th down in the 4th quarter here. I think going forward is the right decision. Bengals are difficult to stop. Very balanced team. Even with the Bears, punting in this situation, if it was maybe 4th and 10, you could potentially get away with that. And the sack happens. Wolford stops him behind the line. He doesn't get the first down. An unfortunate sequence there for Timpapi. Wide open, Johnny Bailey cannot haul it in. Low pass control paired with sub 50 receptions. Sometimes you'll see that. Small gain on 2nd down. Looking at 3rd down. Throws it to Anderson. Fulcher dives out of position. And we have another touchdown. So we're now looking at a 2-touchdown deficit in the 4th quarter. Timpapi will get the ball back with under 3 minutes to play. He is player 1 if he scores quickly. You never know what could happen as far as getting the ball back, but there's nothing at this point against this Bears defense that makes me think that that's likely to happen. Woods breaks some tackles, but just cannot get away from the main pack. One tackle after another. There aren't too many people that you're going to popcorn on the Bears defense. Run 3, just unable to get away from the chasing defender. On that play, I would have liked to see a slight delay on that delivery just to get carrier to dive. And we're going to see a heave here. Almost gets tackled in the end zone. Ball does get away to Brown, but he's out of bounds. Errant throw. So here's the game, folks. 4th down and 8. Has to get a touchdown or close to it on this play, and then has to get an onside kick and another touchdown. And we have an interception by carrier. That's what he does. And that's pretty much the dagger here, folks. I'm sure we're looking at Tom Zach will see if he can squeeze a few more points for the differential and the tie breaking. So in normal football, folks, we'd call this piling on. In a Tecmo Super Bowl tournament, this is just part of the equation. Point differential does matter. Again, with the delivery, just as Fulcher is in the area where you're going to start diving, that's something that Nas seems to have down very well, is that positional, that timing of the throw. Tom Zach delivers to Anderson for another score in the 4th quarter. So the game is really getting out of hand here. And you'll see that at the end of Tecmo games when people are behind, they're forced to go for it on 4th down on their own end. Games feel close up until that point. Yet we have yet to find the Bengals able to generate an offensive touchdown. So Timpapi, we'll see if he can close the gap a little bit here. And another Wolford dive in the backfield. Was not even sure if that was entirely necessary, but catches him off guard. Tim Brown throw incoming here. And Bears defenders all around. So that's the game, folks. Nas takes game 2 in decisive fashion. The only blemish is the Tecmo gods giving the ball to him or to Timpapi on a called play, which led to a defensive touchdown. Otherwise, a very well played game on both sides. The other improvement factor for Nas moving forward is taking better care in the red zone against a defender like a Fulcher. That low ball control, pass control, you're going to likely throw a pick in those situations. When you have great defense like the Bears and the Steelers and other teams like that, you got to trust your defense and just make better decisions. But obviously a very decisive victory, so we're kind of splitting hairs here. For Timpapi, I'm going to suggest that he experiment with maybe changing a couple plays in his playbook, looking at things like maybe going with a pro set on that run too, to run right at a Mike Singletary instead of, and then maybe even looking at the offset I playbook. Green is a serviceable secondary back in the Bengals playbook, and getting some lead blockers out ahead of you, running directly at on 2 plays right at the middle against Mike Singletary is a little more advantageous in that playbook. So, but good game, guys. Thanks for uploading the video. And if you have any questions, you want to discuss the strategy about the game, please do so in the comments. If you liked the video, hit that thumbs up. If you didn't like it, hit thumbs down. And if you like content like this, please subscribe to our channel. This tournament is ongoing, and we'll catch you next time on GBLAN Tecmo.